Okay, good morning. Let's check our week 10 assessment. I know you haven't really heard my voice checking math this week because I have been using Miss Morgan's, but I am here to check your assessment with you. So, when multiplying by a 10 to a power, you are going to take your decimal, which is 7.3, and you're going to move it 2 places, multiplication to the right. So 1, 2, fill that in with a 0. Your answer is 730. Right, 12 and 599 thousandths. 12 and 599 thousandths. Now, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So we know that that's correct because it ended in the thousands, which is what it says. Greater than, less than, or equal to make the statement true. Start with your whole number. 9 and a 9. Both the same. 7, 7. 6, 6. 8, nothing. If there's nothing, we can assume there's a 0. We know 8 is bigger than 0. So the dinosaur is going to eat the 8. Round to the nearest whole number. Our whole number is 26. We're going to look next door. 5 or more, raise the score. It is a 5, so the 26 becomes a 27. It is okay if you put 27.00. They are both the same. All right, 545 times 20. Now, when you have a 0 in the ones place, you just bring your 0 down. It's like you've already made that mama happy and you are ready to move on. So 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 4, 8 plus 1 is 9. 2 times 5 is 10. You are done. You don't have to worry about doing the zeros because it's going to be 0, 0, 0, 0, and then make your mom happy, and then 2, and then 2, and 2. And then add. That's too much work. When you have a 0 in the ones, you just bring it down and make your mom happy and move on to the 2. Okay, 2,700 divided by 90. Now, if you have a 0 out here, you can take off a 0 here. 9 into 27 is... Do you guys see what I did? I don't know if Miss Morgan showed you that or not, but if you're dividing by a 0, like 90, and you have a 0 here, you can drop your zeros off and then just divide without the zeros. So 27 into 9 would be what? 3. 3 times 9 is 27. And then subtract and bring down. 0 into 9 goes 0. So your answer is 30. Now, I'm going to prove to you that it's the same answer. Because can 90 go into 27? No. So you have to go to the third place, which is, I'm going to show you. 270 divided by 90 is 3. And then you would bring up your 0. So you get the same answer either way. So I was going to just prove to you that what I showed you of knocking off your zeros, it still works. And it's way easier to divide by 9 than by 90. All right, moving on. 187.5 divided by 5. When you are dividing by a decimal and there is no decimal over here, you just bring up your decimal and move on. Pretend it's not even there. So 5 into 1, no. 5 into 18, 3. 3 times 5, 15. 18 minus 15, 3. Bring down your 7. Start over. 37 into 5. What times 5 gets you closest to 37 without going over? 7, which is 35. Subtract 2, bring down, start over. 25 divided by 5. What times 5 gets you closest to 25 without going over? 5. And it goes evenly. So you're done. 37.5. The Rizzo's farm had 9.5 acres of corn. The Johnson's farm has 7 1/3 acres of corn. How many more acres? When it says how many more, they want you to subtract. So 9.5 minus 7 1/3. First, you have to find a common denominator between 2 and 3, which is 6. 2 times 3 is 6, so 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6, so 1 times 2 is 2. Can you subtract 2 from 3? Yes, it is 1. So you have 1 6, then don't forget your whole numbers. 9, take away 7 is 2. 2 and 1 6. All right. Right here, we've got to do that first because of PEMDAS. Says you have to do the parentheses first. So, is that still focused? Okay. 7/8 and 3/4. Your common denominator is 8, which is 4 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6. It's subtraction. So 7 take away 6 is 1/8. Now, they want you to take 2 wholes and subtract 1/8. Miss Morgan showed you this week. You have no fraction here to subtract 1/8. So you have to borrow from your 1. And when you do, you borrow a whole, which is 8/8. Now you can subtract. 8/8 take away 1/8 is 7/8. 1 take away 0 is 1. Now, raise your hand if you're confused. Okay, put your hand down because you look silly raising your hand in your kitchen or wherever you're doing your work. All right, I'm going to show you a different way. I'm going to draw 2 holes. And I'm going to take away, because it was 2 minus 1/8. I'm going to take away 1/8. How many am I going to break this up into? 8ths, because you need to take one of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8/8. You're going to take away one of them, and you still have this hole here. And how many 8ths do you have? 7. 1, 7, 8. So you can even draw a picture. Okay, write an expression for the calculation. Add the quotient of 108 and 12 and the quotient of, now, did it give you any word clues to tell you order? Did it say and then, or first, or take it from? No, it just says add these. So technically it doesn't matter, but we're just going to go in order. So we know quotient is a division problem. So 108 divided by 12, and it said add the quotient, again a division problem, of 18 and 2. Technically it does not matter which order you put these in, but if it doesn't matter, we just go in the order that it tells us. So 108 divided by 12 has to be in parentheses, plus 18 divided by 2 has to be in parentheses. Okay, if you have a question, let me know. If not, have a great weekend. Now, I know you do not have you do not have week 11. I am going to put it on the blog Monday morning as an attachment. And if you have a printer, you can print it. If you don't, just do your work on a sheet of paper or a whiteboard or something. You don't have to have a printer in order to do it. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions.